me as we go on a little tour. This is where you normally find your lost and found items, and it's called the fishbowl. Right here to the right, we're going to go into the library because it is right in the middle of where most of your classes are going to be. Here's the library. This is where Miss Tammy Utzler, where Miss Casey is. Also have the principal's office, the assistant principal's office, Mr. Chambers' office. We're leaving the office back towards the fishbowl. Instead of going back out there, we're going to take a little left. This hall that we are on now is where most of your classes will be. This is Miss Bennett's room, Miss Honstein's room. They're language arts teachers. Miss Bryan, Mr. Brummett. Library is staying on my left. Math with Mr. Light, Mr. Wandra and Miss French. And they teach social studies. Over here we have Miss Pizzola, who teaches math. Another one of our classrooms. Now we're going to leave the lockers and head down this hall. This is where my classroom is. And I am all the way in the corner. I'll show you where the science lab is. It's room 15. You see all the keep right signs so that we keep our traffic flow. We're now heading into an area we call the Commons. This is the school store. Various items for sale, fun stuff you may need for class, like pencils and erasers. The stairs that lead to the choir and music room. We have a Chromebook lab on our left. We have the computer lab. Mr. Davis. Class is here. All 6th grade lockers are around the library. You have your cafeteria, the lunchroom, past the gym, past the cafeteria. Miss Larson and Mr. Humphrey's classroom. Mostly 8th grade classes down here, so you don't have to worry too much about. We have the microwave here that you can use. You have your restrooms, girls, boys. Mr. Stowe's classroom is right over here to the left.
Hi, putting together what your typical day looks like. Just an example of a schedule. We have 7 periods a day. Each class is about 50 minutes long. You might have period 1, social studies, and then go to math, science. We have lunch right after 3rd period. Language arts, PE, and perhaps 7th period we have exploratory classes. Each quarter we have a different class like health, keyboarding, some skills to get you kind of going through school. Each quarter that's going to change. Wednesdays it looks very similar, except we take out 7th period and then we add in a homeroom. Talk about things about schools, about building community and relationships and all that kind of thing.
Thanks, Mr. Stowe. Here is where the band room is, the choir room. And I think that concludes our tour. The biggest thing I can stress is don't stress. We are here to help you and make this transition easy and fun.
Hey, I'm Mr. Chambers. I'm the counselor here at FRMS Middle School, and I cannot wait to meet you all.
I'm Mr. Carmen. I'm the assistant principal here at the middle school. Welcome to middle school. It's going to be awesome. We can't wait to meet you. We're really excited.
Hi, 5th graders, coming soon to be 6th graders. We are so excited to have you. My name is Ms. Johnson. I'm the principal here. Welcome to Fern Ridge Middle School, and it's going to be an awesome 6th grade year.
How much time is there between classes?
You get 4 minutes between each class, and that is twice as much time as you need walk from one end of the school to the other.
Are backpacks allowed at middle school?
You're allowed to bring your backpack and put it in your locker. Backpacks are not allowed in classrooms.
Do I get recess at middle school?
Yes, yes you do. Lunchtime, you have 15-ish minutes to eat your lunch, and then they'll release you to go outside or in the commons. The things to do outside, we have the soccer field, we have the basketball courts and everything. Unfortunately, we don't have play structures. We do have recess. You do get some time off to let out your energy.
What happens if I can't get my locker open?
We have lots of kids who can't get their lockers open, especially the first couple of weeks. We have staff members walking around in the hallways at each break with keys that will open your locker. We'll show you how to open your locker. We'll train you on how to open your locker. Promise everyone by October 1st, you're going to be an expert on your locker.
You'll have it down in no time.
Yes.
Can I use my cell phone at middle school?
You can use your cell phone in the commons at lunch, in the commons before school. You can't have your cell phone in the classrooms. If you have your cell phone in the classroom, it will be taken away from you. It gets taken the first time, you get it back at the end of the period. Have your cell phone again in the classroom, it actually gets taken for the whole day. Third time, your parents have to come and pick it up. We ask as a courtesy to the classroom teacher that you don't have your cell phone out.
Is there a dress code in middle school?
There is.
Yes, there is a dress code in middle school, but essentially it's just being appropriate for school. Dressing where you're covered and you're appropriate, that's essentially it.
Yeah,
But it's online if you want to look it up in detail.
We really do appreciate kids having their own sense of fashion and style and expressing themselves and things like that, and we really welcome that. We just want to make sure that we keep in mind that we have a school of 300 people, all with their own values and styles and things. We want to be respectful to everybody, and we don't want to have clothing that represents or encourages illegal activity.
Or hate or violence.
Yes.
Again, appropriate, you're covered, front, back. The parts that should be covered are covered.
What do I do with the high fives?
You keep the high fives, and you can do a couple of things with them. At the end of every quarter, we have a high five assembly, and you can use your high fives during the assembly to get to participate in games, get drawings for the prizes that we'll give out during the assemblies. Free throw contest, you can actually win cash, but you have to pay high fives to get a chance to be in that contest. And then we also do drawings during the year. Last year we gave away an Xbox. We also had the opportunity to give away football tickets and basketball tickets to the University of Oregon. We also have a student store that is filled with all kinds of different things that you can use to purchase with the high fives. The other thing that we do to reward our students is we have what we call a gold star list. Students who have no detentions and no referrals for the quarter get to be placed on the gold star list. And at the end of every quarter, we do something special for those students. Last year, we did a party, and we also had a dance. We had scheduled a magic show, but we had to cancel that when school closed. We're gonna do a pool party. Again, we had to cancel that, but we've done a pool party in the past. So if you have no detentions, no referrals for the quarter, you'll get a surprise event at the end of the quarter. Every quarter, it starts over again. So if you have a tough first quarter, and you pull it together, you can be on the gold star list second, third, and fourth quarter. So everybody gets a chance to get a clean slate at the beginning of each quarter, which is pretty awesome.
Do we go on field trips at the middle school?
Yes, with parent support and through parent fundraising, we are able to provide one field trip per year for each grade level. Sixth graders generally go on a science-themed field trip. Seventh graders generally go on a cultural theme to like a show or stage production. And the eighth graders go on a science field trip as well. But all of those field trips that we take are only possible with parent support through fundraising efforts that we do.
Our last question, is middle school scary?
Yes.
I would say, of course it is. Yeah, it's a new thing, and that's okay. We like to try new things, even if they're a little bit scary. It's definitely worth it. Kind of urban legends you might have heard of eighth graders picking on sixth graders. We just don't really see that here. That our seventh and eighth graders generally are really respectful to the sixth graders and allow the sixth graders to get used to being in the middle school. There's a lot of new things you're going to experience. You're going to have lockers, you're going to have different teachers every period, but it's a really friendly place. And you'll find that the teachers and staff are really helpful, and we have some really great student leaders who are going to be helpful. Any question that you might have, there are people in the office, there are staff members all over the place that you can ask, and they will help you out in whatever way we can.
And And I would say that remember that you'll be here with your friends, your classmates, and people that you know. You already know a lot of students here at the middle school as you walk in through the door. And then the other thing I would say is that the idea of middle school is scarier than middle school ever really is in person. And I know this because when I came here 3 years ago from the elementary school, I was like you guys. I was a little bit terrified to come to the middle school and be the principal of the middle school. And I had heard the same kinds of stories that kids hear about middle school. And I got here and realized it wasn't what I thought it was. And the classes were great, and the kids were great, and the teachers were great. And middle school was awesome, and it was fun, and it was a wonderful place to be. And I think once you guys get here and get used to it and meet new people and meet your teachers, you're gonna say middle school is the best thing you've ever done.
Hello, fifth graders. My name is Mr. Peeler. I'm one of the PE teachers here at Fernridge Middle School. Today we're in the gym. I just kind of want to show you around a little bit. This is one of the areas that you'll be in quite a bit, as we have PE every single day, just like you did at elementary. We do a lot of fun activities here, games, that kind of stuff. It gets pretty fun in here, pretty exciting. One other thing about the gym is it's open every morning for open gyms. You get a chance to come in here, shoot some hoops. It's also open sometimes at lunches. We're gonna go down to the locker room next, and we're gonna talk through that because that's usually where people get really excited. Alright, so this is our locker rooms. The boys' side, the girls' side is exactly the same, just flipped. One thing that kids get excited about, or not excited, nervous, you got a new locker. So you're gonna have a locker upstairs for your class. You're gonna have a locker down here as well. A couple things about down here, we do not shower. We have a shower that's been there, but it's been there forever, but again, it's not used. So don't worry about having to shower. The biggest thing about here is this is where you're gonna get into your PE clothes. The big thing is the PE shirt. A lot of the boys wear their own athletic shorts or sweats, so usually it's just a matter of just switching your shirts, so it's no big deal. It's a big open area. We also have back here, a lot of times the sixth graders like to kind of start out because it's a little more hidden, that kind of stuff as well. But again, the biggest thing is just your shirt. You'll keep it in your locker. Some kids have extra PE shoes in here as well, and so that way they can just kind of do a quick change. And we would go right up to class. After class, change your shirt back, change our shoes if we need to, and then we're good for the day. I wouldn't stress out too much about this locker. Within a couple weeks, you got both combos down pretty good. And then again, about changing, everybody's in here just switching their shirts, so it's no big deal. I hope you guys have a great time, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall. See you later.
Hi, I'm Mrs. McBride, and I know Mr. Peeler has already showed you the gym and the locker room. I just wanted to talk about PE. Mr. Peeler and I, we team teach. What that means is we're both your teachers, but I have all the girls on my roster. Mr. Peeler has all the boys, but we both grade you, we both help you, we do everything together all day long. A couple things I wanted to talk about is what a typical day in PE looks like at the middle school. It's probably different than what you're used to. Mr. Peeler talked a little bit about changing. You go down to the locker room and you get dressed. We do that before class, and after class you have about 3 to 5 minutes to change. Come up, we have a warm-up, it's 5 minutes, and it has some walking, it has some running, wall sits, and stretches. It's not that hard. We have a fitness activity next, 5 to 15 minutes, depending on what we're doing. We do a lot of tag activities, a lot of games. Sometimes we'll actually do a workout. And we have our activity or our game for the day, and it depends if we're in a sport. We might be doing football outside, in a basketball unit, and then we might have an activity, a throwing activity, a kicking activity, dodging, etc. A couple things about dressing down. Okay, you notice that I have on my Fernridge Middle School PE t-shirt. You guys will all buy one of these at registration. I'll have you put your first name on them and your last initial, unless you have a unique name like my son Keegan. You need to have tennis shoes on, and they can be athletic shoes, Vans, Converse, whatever you choose to wear. Some kids wear what they wore to school. Some kids have special shoes in their locker. It just depends what works for you. We ask that you wear shorts, sweats, leggings. A lot of the boys already are wearing shorts, so they just have to change their shirt. The girls, a lot of girls wear leggings every day, and then you would just change your shirt. But you have your choice. You can wear sweats, shorts, leggings. I have on jean shorts, so I would have to change my shorts for PE. because we don't want the buttons and the snaps. In your PE locker, you will keep your clothes, PE clothes, shoes, extra socks, girls' hair ties, definitely deodorant. Please bring deodorant. We will help you. We have teachers' assistants who will help you with your combinations, so don't get stressed out if you can't get your lockers open. We're there to help. We will always make sure you're on time to your classes so that you don't get a tardy. All the teachers are super helpful with the 6th graders at the start of the school year. Can't wait to see you guys in the fall and meet you. Look forward to it. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, incoming 6th graders, I'm Mr. Mike. I usually work all the lunches. You get lunch just to your guys' self, so it'll just be other 6th graders. Come down here, you line up in an orderly fashion, you wait your turn, you grab a tray if you're getting hot lunch. On the side, there are sandwiches. You can cut around there and do that any day. And we also have our snack bar that's usually open for cash. It's cash only, also an option that kiddos like. And as far as anything else that'll look different, you guys will get to sit wherever you want, which can be exciting. We'll wait for the first 15 minutes, raise your hand when you're ready. Depending on the weather, we will either go outside for a bit or hit up the gym if it's available. Nothing too crazy or different from elementary school. Excited to see you guys in the fall.
Hey, 5th graders, this is the best place in the whole school. All right, we got couches, they're awesome. Pillows, they're more awesome. We got games, best of all, books. Come on in, you're gonna love it. In the morning before school starts and during all the lunches, we're open. Come and enjoy. It's a quieter place than the Commons.
Welcome, incoming 6th graders. My name is Mr. Light. I might look young, but as you can see, I have a beard, so I am actually quite old. I want to introduce our High Five program. I'm going to have my son, Maximus, introduce the 5 tenets of our High Five program.
I'm Maximus. I'm going to tell you what the 5 tenets of our High Five program first.
Be responsible. Students who are responsible are on task at school, complete assignments, and turn those assignments in on time. They listen attentively and ask questions to better understand what they are being taught. Students who are responsible are also good FRMS citizens. They clean up after themselves at lunch and throughout the school day.
Second,
be respectful. Students who are respectful use good manners and appropriate language when talking to students or adults. Students also demonstrate respect for their school by not damaging school property.
Third,
keep hands and feet to self. Students follow this rule by being safe at school and having a calm, controlled, and quiet body at all times. They do not kick, hit, grab, or otherwise physically engage with other students.
Fourth,
follow directions. Students who follow directions the first time are meeting this very important expectation. Students are expected to follow adult directions at FRMS in order to make sure everyone is safe and learning.
The fifth,
and finally, be there, be ready. Students who are on time and bring all of their materials to class meet this guideline. There is a 4-minute passing time, so there is time for students to use the bathroom or get a drink of water, but not time to stop and socialize or walk friends to their classrooms. The time to connect with friends is before school, after school, or during lunch.
I would like to give Max a high five for being so responsible in introducing to you our High Five program. Do you know what you can do with this, Max?
Can I win something?
Yes, you can enter prizes. Last year, a student won all sorts of prizes. They won snacks, gift cards, pizza, and video game parties. One student even won an Xbox. We at middle school look forward to getting to know you all. See you all next year.